Imagine a religious person being a hypocrite? Surely you jest. Hi there, I'm Roux. Welcome to my video where I talk about whatever I want. And this is a follow-up of yesterday's video where I talked about the transformed wife. So I asked you guys, do you have any input or information about this lady? And girl, I'm lucky to have you as my viewers because you're a gold mine. Let's check out your comments. Brittany Hellman says, you should see her weird and incredibly dumb tweets. I'm constantly telling her off. That's a nice corona hobby to have, yes. Fia Quacker says, same, when I used to be on Twitter a lot before I got a permanent suspension for quite a few choice words. I didn't know you could get that. Oh my god. What did you do? What did you say? Oh my lord. I really disliked her, but I think she was slightly less asinine. But this stuff was a lot worse than most of the stuff I saw on her Twitter. Yeah, her blog is just, her personal diary, basically. You get to see the real, the bad, and the ugly. Jerry Twerky says, I was told of a church woman I knew attended. When the preacher was caught in the bathroom stall with another man, the wife had to apologize to the congregation for not doing well enough in her duties? It was held entirely her fault. What the hell? So, he's at least bisexual. Definitely a cheater, maybe even closeted gay, and he basically stole her life because obviously he's not actually attracted to his wife, she's just like his beard, but she has to apologize for not being able to turn him straight. What? Purity culture is so toxic. Mother the Butter says, it genuinely frightens me how she normalizes sexual assault, along with misogyny, abuse, etc. Yes. I feel like she's like the anti-advice. Like if you were like, yeah, that's like common sense. If you were to like ask her about it, she would give you like the opposite of common sense as the answer. And she would sound completely convinced in it. It's crazy. Darlene Hopkins says, I'm surprised you didn't mention her disgusting stance on child abuse. Or in her words, discipline. Basically, she instructs parents on how to literally beat their kids, bruises and blunt objects and all, and get away with it. Quote, make sure you don't bruise them where it will be seen. Oh my god. And shit like that. It's scary, especially since she's unfortunately a mother to however many children. She only has 4 children, which I find interesting, because either that means that she's not that fertile, or that they actually used birth control, because she's a huge advocate for just having like 1 billion children in your fertile years, so that's interesting. Maybe she wasn't transformed yet. Maybe that only happened when it was conveniently no longer going to apply to her. That's horrifying. There's this book, I'm unsure what it's called, but it's by this couple who are very abusive, and they tote this really creepy stuff that's like, if you spare the rod, you spoil the child. And there's literally been like CPS cases in America that where they have found this book in parents' like library where children have been like really injured or even died. A lot of like experts are just like, please stop, like this book is evil. And that's basically what the transformed wife subscribes to too, it seems. Sid the Jerk Not Safe for Work says, these kind of people are insane and just want to validate their horrible way of life that they have been forced into and want others to suffer the same fate. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Misery loves company, and these people are miserable AF. So they try to like, instead of being like, oh, this was like a choice I made, they're like, no, no one has choices. God told me to do it, and everyone has to do it this way. Everyone has to be miserable like me. Perry Unicorn says, because the Bible was written in one language and translated into another by 3 different people, so it's a giant mess, full of mistranslation and contradictions. It's impossible to follow all of it, like, at all, and it's mostly just moral guidelines of a bygone era from which we lack a lot of context, which is why the Pope himself has his priests studying history to try to apply context to the needed passages to see if they're even viable in the modern era or applicable. It's like any other folktales or myth, meant to teach and impose some kind of important morality we needed ages ago. Yeah, true. Also, like, I'm just, like, imagining, like, back in the day, like, the beginning of a lot of religion was probably, like, Jim Jones people, but, like, no one had, like, the education or enlightenment to realize, oh, this person is, crazy? Although people did resist them when they first started and did call them a cult, like, in most cases of religions, but then it just stuck around and they killed enough people to force other people to believe the same as them. So, yeah, my personal feeling is that all organized religion is a cult. Spirituality is a different thing. You can believe whatever you want, but organized religion, cult. Logata says, this woman will love me for my lack of sexual attraction, but hate me because I've been with women. The thing is, I wouldn't have kissed girls if feminism hadn't told me it was okay, but my love towards women wasn't made by feminism. Yeah. It's always been around. That's hilarious. Just imagining, like, there were feminists back in the day? No. Well, it's still feminists' fault. What? May Athena says, I think I might never understand why women especially go against women and opt for more oppression towards women. It's because they want to please disturbed men. That's it. It's sad, but they want to, like, be like, no, but I'm different. I'm not like the other girls. I'll follow your disturbing rules. It's literally hashtag not like other girls, or the r/ on Reddit. Like, nice girls. That's what it is. Franel155 says, wow, 19th to view, 2nd to like, 1st to comment. High five! Never been this early. I first heard about this woman on Jimmy Snow's channel. Me too. He's not a fan either. Was there feminism in the Old Testament? The Divers' Laws and Ordinances lays down laws about homosexuality. According to her logic, if there were gay men, there must have been. Yes, of course, there were just a lot of hippie feminists back in the day. Makes sense. It's always the feminists' fault. Or maybe homosexuality is natural. No. It must have been feminists. Feminists marching down the streets of Rome. Desiree Laveros says, can you go undercover into her chat room and collab with Jimmy Snow? Make it a month-long project. Ooh, she has a chat room? I shiver at the thought of what might be going on in there. Boiler1 says, if there was no such thing as homosexuality in ancient times, then no one would have had any reason to speak out against it when the passages that would become part of the Bible would be written. But didn't you hear? It was just full of feminists. The feminists making men gay. It all makes so much sense. Jury Twerky also says reproductive coercion. Yes. I can't seem to find the comment, but someone did comment and say that apparently the whole spiel she's preaching about reproductive coercion, where like, oh, you should just pretend you're on birth control and let him get you pregnant, like creepy sexual assault stuff, is actually from her own life, because apparently her husband didn't want any more children, but she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but she had to have more kids to justify that. So she tricked him into getting her pregnant. No wonder her blog says things like, our marriage was terrible for like 20-something years, but then I became the transformed wife. I just think she's a horrible person. The comment also said something about how she had abused her children and kicked them out on Christmas Eve, or the day of, like I'm confused because I'm Norwegian and we open our presents on Christmas Eve, but she had kicked them out for opening their presents before asking permission, and they were like 8 or something, and kicked them out into the cold, and one of the kids was like a toddler, and that she like beat them senselessly for hours, and that she's written about that. That's horrifying. Oh my god. So no wonder she says that, oh, our marriage was just horrible for 20-something years, but then I became transformed and super religious, and it's all fixed. Yeah, not. Oh my god, I feel so bad for her kids. First of all, they just sound like pawns, like some sort of sociopathic narcissist, her, just had them so that she could be a stay-at-home mother, and then she just abused them savagely. That this woman is giving out advice to anyone about anything is horrifying. Yeah, I'm so thankful for everyone for chiming in. I love having discussions with you guys. Do comment below if you have more. I feel like this is going to be several follow-ups because this lady just won't quit being horrible. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for helping me grow my channel and keeping it alive. It really means everything to me. If you want to help me make this my full-time career, keep coming by, liking the video, subscribing and sharing and all that beautiful jazz. You're awesome. Thank you so much to my wonderful patrons, Katbra, Magdalena Jaworska, Cami, and Ellie. If anyone's interested in becoming my patron and fighting demonetization on the touchy subjects, there's a link below. Yeah. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Okay, love you, bye!